Alright, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and I literally just uploaded a video on the Transcended Selector because I had some of you guys asking about it. However, we are also getting a free tier 3 selector, as you can see right here, from simply logging in. You don't really got to do nothing. And that's actually pretty cool because some of the best characters in the game are in here. You have 50 different options, so a little bit more than the Transcended Selector, which had 45. And some of these characters are must-have. They're literally some of the best characters in the game. So if you've been, out of the game for a while and you see this video and you have a Future Fight account, log in, collect the selector, and pick up one of these characters in case you come back to the game at a later date, because honestly, some of these characters are, like I said, absolutely must have. So we're gonna throw together a tier list here once again because I do like my tier list, and or at least I like making them. They're fun. So as you can see right here, we have the must have, we have Alliance Battle Meta. We're gonna put both the DPSs and the leaderships slash supports in here. We have great characters that are just outside of the AB meta but just absolutely bangs. For example, people like fan favorites like Thor, absolutely amazing world boss GBR. As a early game ABX ABL character, he's not bad, but he's not meta, so I'll just put him there as an example. We got Otherworld Battle, TBA, and AC. The closer to the left side the characters are, the better they would be. So for example, we will put Spider-Man at the very front here because he's great for Otherworld Battle, depending on the restrictions. He's good for TBA, again, depending on the restrictions, and he's a killer for AC. Some of these characters in this list though can only function in AC. Then we got niche support. So if you're like a Iron Man fanatic, War Machine is a niche support. He's not as good as I would want him to be as a DPS, but he's not bad either. If you're a Spider jerk and you like to use the Spider Sense characters, they put Chasm in here, or they put Scarlet Spider. The Chasm uniform makes him a villain, so you can have a villain support for the boy Miles Morales, or you can have a hero support for when he's a hero, or you can use him with Spider-Man. So it just really comes down to your preference. Miles, honestly, seasonal uniform, I kind of want to say it's a must-have because of how impactful it is as a striker, but its striking capability is hinging on the fact that you like ABX, ABL, and you want to push for high scores. If not, at the very least, I would put him in great right alongside Thor, but Thor being universal, and the uniform for him being cheaper, gotta put Thor ahead of him. Okay, I don't know, if you're like a magic lover, you want to use some magic characters like Doctor Doom or Doctor Strange or whatever, depending, or Adam Warlock for example. This guy, whether you pick up his hero uniform or his villain uniform, is really good as a niche support. Mephisto, so for TBA, Mephisto is amazing. Honestly, outside of a timeline battle, for all of the PvP modes, Mephisto is amazing, but Mephisto is primarily a PvE character. But because he can revive and he's fairly tanky, he is flexible, so throw him together with Adam Warlock or Mephisto, and Wong is actually a pretty good support. Maybe you want to use Magic, for example. I'll put him at the head right here of the niche supports, because he can be tier 4, and then you can use him, well, not even just then, but then he becomes even more useful. And besides Mephisto and Adam Warlock, he can also buff Doctor Strange, and you just heard the names of 3 of the strongest, most useful characters in the game, and he's one of their best supporters, so I gotta put him at the front there. But if you care about TBA, she's a good leadership support to have because she gives a heal, small heal, and debuff removal to Adam Warlock, even though he already has it on his second skill. But having additional debuff removal and healing is pretty good. Let's see, we got the story mode. slash Shadowland farmers. You know, that's pretty much all they're good for. She's a niche support for Thanos. If you use farmer Thanos or any Thanos, you bust them, but it's completely up to you. This uniform, in my opinion, is no longer worth buying. It's a seasonal, so keep that in mind. Alright, so let's throw in some of the farmers. We'll go ahead and put you in there. You're a farmer. You're a farmer. Who else is a farmer that's really just chilling here doing not much? Unfortunately, I think Blade is just a farmer. It pains me to say. It's between these two for the head of the farmers. Honestly, Ant-Man, king of farmers, bro. It's so sad, bro. Ant-Man is down bad. And Black, I forgot about Black. Black Panther, yeah, he's probably the king. I've heard people saying that Black Bolt is now meta for ABX, ABL on the Inhuman Day. I really think that's gonna be short-lived until people start playing more with Kamala Khan. So for now, I'm gonna put both of them in ABL. You know, y'all let me know what your findings are. I'm gonna tier 4 Kamala Khan so I can do some more testing. I did try her out at level 80. She looks decent. I do think she's gonna be close to Black Bolt, if not better than him. But for now, we'll put them two together there. Hulk, meta there. We'll put her right here with Spider-Man because she's behind him. I don't think she's as good as him for TBA. I rarely see her in TBA, but I see Spidey in TBA and Otherworld Battle. Whereas her, I only see her. She's a good striker, and she's good for AC and Otherworld Battle with AV. Gotta put my boy here. Honestly, must have. I kind of have to put Venom as must have. Let me know if I'm being biased, but real talk. He's Alliance Battle meta now. Crazy, right? And then on top of that, he is great for World Boss, whereas these guys, they're not meta for ABX, ABL, right? They're just great overall damage dealers. So I think that I have to separate Venom from the rest, you know? Then we got MODOK. We got to put, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. We got to put MODOK down here in the farmers. Sadly, GODOK. One day, my guy. The future fight devs will stop sleeping on you. Punisher, really good for AC. A little bit of Otherworld Battle from time to time. I see him in there. Daredevil is literally just AC. Elektra, AC. Let's see what else we got. She's pretty much just a farmer. She does have a little bit of a support passive though for shock characters, so I guess we could technically put her here. She doesn't have a tier 4, because if she had a tier 4 then you could put her together with Thor and then she would actually be even more useful, but we'll put her there because she's a niche support, unless I'm misremembering. I'm pretty sure Jane Foster has a support passive. And then must-haves. What else? Cyclops, absolutely a must-have, like so freaking useful. Must-have. Who else? Oh, Tasky, absolutely a must-have. Both of the uniforms for him too. By the way, I'm ranking these characters in these specific uniforms, so if you have them in their base form, none of them are going to be good at this point in the game, sadly. Niche support, A1. Where are we putting A1? A1. We'll put A1 right here behind Wong. Alright, great. We're gonna put Captain America and Carol, both of them, because they're really good for PvE, but most people will use Cap for Otherworld Battle and AC. Occasionally I see him in TBA. Captain Marvel sadly didn't get penetration, so she's not really used outside of AC that much, but she's a really good DPS for World Boss. I know people still sleep on her. I think Sin is a must-have because of the fact that she's AB meta. Seasonal uniform, disclaimer. So don't pick them up if you don't have the seasonals. Rogue is just a dispatch farmer. So do I put her in like the farmer? Yeah, I'll put her in farming. I'll just change this and just make it PvE farming. There we go. There we go. Keep it simple. Keep it stupid simple, you know? All right. Niche support for the zombies. He's a villain support. He's more useful. Not as niche, but not meta right now. Put him right there. I put him so far back just because we have way better supports. But as a tier 4, you could use him with Wong to buff your Strange. Alright, so Sharon Rogers. I know some of you guys are asking if she's good for today, because as of me uploading this video, it's the Blast Female Hero Day for ABX. It's Sue Storm, okay? If you're wondering, it's Sue Storm. Sue Storm is going to hold that day down for now, even if you have a tier 4 Sharon Rogers that's super stacked. Shuri must have. Even base form Shuri is good because support comes built in. I'm going to put Loki in great. Actually, I'm going to put Loki in meta. Sadly, he's still meta. Must have. I'll restructure this in a sec. She's a niche leadership / support character, so I'll put her there. Shang-Chi. Is Shang-Chi better than Punisher? That's a good question. I'm gonna have to do some more testing. Hawkeye is decent in AC, but it's pretty much just a farmer, to be honest. Just a fragment farming character. She's meta. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Ghost Rider. Absolutely have to hold that down there. I think Bullseye is underrated. Like, he's not meta. So most people would say he deserves to go in like a farmer. But I still use him for ABX. However, with me getting to the point now where I'm gonna tier 4 Winter Soldier, just to keep it simple, I'm probably going to just switch over all of the Odins and stuff that I have on Kingpin to Winter Soldier, since I already have both of his uniforms, and then I can use Winter Soldier as a speed hero because he's the best speed hero DPS wise in the game, and then I'll be able to use him as a combat villain in place of Hulk or Kingpin. So for that reason, even though he's good, he's not like a world boss breaker or a GBR crusher, so I'll just put him in farmer. But just know he's better than these guys for sure. And Sharon Rogers, honestly, I could justify great for her for world boss. Yeah, I could justify that. And then he's meta. I guess I should move these guys down to like AB meta, but like, because that already makes them must-haves if you care about that piece of content, right? Yeah, we'll just move them down. No, I think Taskmaster is just a universal across the board must-have, like Hela too. I'll put it like this. Let's see. Yeah, I think these guys are just must-haves. Even though they're a meta for ABX, ABL content, I think both the uniforms for Taskmaster and the tier 4 for him. I know that we're talking about the tier 3 Selector, but we're just looking at his trajectory. Like his stock just goes up. Hela being one of the only people who can give you extra damage to superheroes for PvP is very valuable. But again, if you don't care about PvP, then maybe she's not a must-have for you. So I guess for that reason, since Future Fight is primarily a PvE game, we'll put her at the very end here. But yeah, last but not least, we got Iron Man. Iron Man, I think Iron Man is still just good enough to be in great, you know, just good enough to be in great, and that's hinging on his uniform bonus thing that makes it so he does 200% more damage to enemies when they're about to die or when they get low on HP. It makes him really useful as a cleaner when you get the high stages in like world boss and whatnot. Like if you're running him on a team and one of your characters die, he can come out and actually do shit. And then we got Storm. Like honestly, Storm is probably one of the best characters that you could pick up, if not the best character. It's between these three here for me, but specifically these two. If you don't have Ghost Rider's artifact, then it's by far Storm. But if you do have Ghost Rider's artifact, then it probably becomes Ghost Rider, because he's great for PvE and he will have PvP value, whereas Storm has no PvP value, but she just crushes World Boss, GBR, ABX. Sorry, well, she doesn't have an ABX day, she has an ABL day. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this, you know. These are my thoughts, and this is how I would structure this thing. These two, I'm gonna tier for. I have to decide, right? Because he's base speed, so if I get him to tier 4, then I won't be able to do her right away. Let me know who you guys think I should do first. I think I'm probably leaning more towards doing Kamala, just because I still have Bullseye stacked, and but I do need a stronger speed hero, because Hero Miles isn't cutting it. I might have to just do both realistically, you know. And on top of that, I still have to do Gamora, bro. It's all of the speed tier 4s that I've skipped coming back to bite me in one foul swoop, bro. I'm gonna have to tier 4 Winter Soldier, Kamala Khan possibly, but definitely Gamora as well. That's crazy. Anyways, ladies and gents, I will wrap it up here. Leave me your thoughts in the comments, and I will catch you in the next one. If you disagree, please leave me your thoughts. If you think I should shake this up and do it differently, I'm out.